y'all. We're here at Gator World in Orlando, Florida. So we're on the train, and I am going to show you a little bit of what we see on the train. So here it goes.
Alright guys, I'm going to start you off with a little bit of history about Gatorland. We weren't always called Gatorland. Back in 1949, we're called the Florida Fish and Wildlife Institute. Now I'm not sure about you guys, but I know I would definitely not want to go down to Florida on vacation and go to some place that sounds like a school. So a year later we ended up changing our name to Snake Village. Now with a name like Snake Village, that was definitely a step in the right direction. But actually, show of hands, how many people are afraid of snakes? Anybody afraid of snakes? Right there, I got a hand up. Alright, so you're gonna be my volunteer for the snake show, alright? Yeah. So Snake Village was definitely a step in the right direction, but still kind of scared away a lot of our customers. So our founder, Owen, got him, went to his wife, and he said, honey, I need a little bit of help picking out a name. She said, well, keep it simple. You have a lot of gators, you have a lot of land, it's called Gatorland. And that's worked out pretty well so far. Now enough about all that boring history stuff. You probably didn't come here to ride a train without all this nonsense history, right? I mean, you probably came here to see some of these alligators and crocodiles, all these cool animals. Right here on the right hand side, you're going to see our saltwater crocodile exhibits. We have Morton in the water. Sheila's going to be right over here in the rocks, kind of blending in, getting nice shade. In the second one, we're going to have Dundee. We're also going to have Phoebe. And then the last one, we have the lovely Salty Girl. Now, she's our newest addition. I actually don't know where she's at. She's hiding somewhere. She's our newest addition. She's been here with us for a few months now. Now, during COVID and all these Corona times, you probably spent a lot of time on TV. So you probably looked at a little bit of Discovery Channel and National Geographic. That's what you're going to find in those books. Nile crocodiles. Those are the guys that go up and take down the zebras and the wildebeest. Now, of those three Nile crocodiles, we have Sultan, Lulu, and Blondie. Now, Blondie's a little bit special. She's a skin pigmentation where her scales come out a little bit more yellow instead of that dark green color like normal Nile crocodiles. Now we are now entering the Piney Woods section of the train ride. I want you to keep it out for a few select few animals. We have Tay, the European fallow deer, Eddie, the white-tailed deer, and we also have Mason Dixon, the two zebu cattle. Actually, there's Mason Dixon and Tay and Lenny the peacock. Right up there on the left-hand side. Those cows right over there, they are from India. They're a miniature version of cattle. Now those humps on their backs, just like a camel's hump, they are not full of water, they're full of fat, and that fat does keep them well hydrated. Take a look on the left-hand side of the train. You're going to see a pretty weird-looking bird. They're Australian emus. Now they're the second largest flightless bird on the planet. They can run upwards of 45 miles. They're their closest living relatives to velociraptors. Take a look at their feet. You can definitely see why we say that with a small bird. That's where some of us that wear these brown hats, we take you know the shirts we get in there and wrangle some of those gators for you. Put you on a nice show, show you some of their evolutionary traits. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, I definitely give that show a chance. Going up on the left-hand side here, so up close encounter show. I'm not going to spoil too much about this place right here because, well, let's just say you might get surprised if you're called down to be a volunteer. Or if you're brave enough. They're not going to pick somebody that's afraid of animals, but if you're brave enough to go down there on stage, be sure to volunteer. They'll bring you down, get you up close and personal with some of our smaller creepy crawly, maybe scaly things. So right here on the left-hand side, we're going to have our alligator nutrition center. My bad. That's my old job. This is our petting zoo. World famous petting zoo. We have sheep, goat, zebu cattle, emu. We used to have 2 baby capybara in there named Ben and Jerry. That's the world's largest rodent. But they actually recently got moved to the pink flamingos. I can promise you, no matter how much peanut butter you put on that mouse trap, it's not going to do anything but probably just clip their toenails. We are making our final turn to head back into the train station. I want you to keep in mind, stay seated until the train comes to a full and complete stop. On top of that, watch your step when you get off the train. And also, watch your head. It is a low-hanging ceiling. I've seen a lot of people hit their heads. I've hit my head multiple times as well. It's not fun, but it is kind of funny. That is your first and only warning. If you do hit your head, I promise I will check on you, but I cannot promise I won't laugh. You have been warned.
That was the train. Let's check out the rest of the gators.
For a really long time. First people really started taking them were the settlers back in the 1700s.
You know,
but later,
right?
settlers came. And with them, they brought cattle. And therein lied a problem. So see, when these cowboys were moving these great herds of cattle from one end of the state to the other, the cows would get thirsty. So what they would do is wander on down to a gator hole for a drink of water, and hooks, butts in a gator hole. Gators, right? This is the South. We don't complicate things. So the cows would get eaten, and the cowboys would not be too happy about it. And that's when they started using a cow whip. Now, they wouldn't hit them or anything mean like that. What they would do instead is they'd crack that whip right above their head or below their feet, and that would scare them right back into line. These cows eventually got used to that sound. And so that's when the cowboys started using the settles techniques. And what they would do is they'd go down to the gator hole first, wrangle out the gator, let the cows take a drink, put the gator right back in. No harm, no foul. Unfortunately, though, these techniques were so good that poachers started using them for hunting, and nearly hunted these guys to extinction back in the 1950s. But due to great conservation efforts all around the world, and places like Gatorland, they're actually able to make a full recovery. And there's now 2 million of them right here in Florida. You gotta learn how to share and coexist in this great state of ours. And nobody cares! Oh, guys, I don't need your pity applause. I get it, you didn't come here for some boring history lesson. You want to see me get in that water, find the biggest, neatest gator there is, wrangle on up and get my armpit off, right? Woo! No, don't cheer for that. I'm not that crazy. But, as luck would have it, I know someone who is. But we're going to make a whole lot of noise to get him on out here. So what I want you guys to start doing is stomping your feet. Come on, stomp those feet, clap your hands, and give it up for the bravest guy I know, Casey! Alright! How's everybody doing today? Yeah! You guys want to see some alligator ringing? Throw your hands up in the air and go, woo! Yeah, that's the best way to get a volunteer. Alright, how about this bet? I'm going to jump in here and grab us a nice mean one today. You want to stall for me? Yeah, I think I can do that for you. Alright, I got her right here. I'm going to grab her and stall. Alrighty, guys. Let's see what's happening here. Oh, ladies! Casey here is recently single. He loves long walks on the beach, daiquiris on Sunset, roasting weenies on the beach, you know, the whole shebang. So make sure you hit him up after the show, alright? Did that work for you, Casey? Nope, that was absolutely terrible. Oh, alright. Well, what should I talk about instead? I don't know, maybe how about alligators? Oh, alright, that makes sense. Alright, guys, so in here we got a bunch of gators ranging anywhere from 6 to 8.5 feet in length, weighing anywhere from 100 to 200 pounds. And that might not seem like a lot of weight for some of y'all who work out, but you gotta keep in mind, alligators here are about 90% muscle. If you look at Casey, he's about 90% McDonald's. No, guys, I'm just messing with you. Casey here is a trained professional, and you do want to pay attention to what he's doing. Because a few years back, a little girl actually watched this show, and then later on was attacked out in the wild by an alligator, which doesn't typically happen. But from what she learned watching this show, she was actually able to save her own life. So like I said, you do want to pay attention to what Casey here is doing, alright? Alright. So,
got ourselves a gator. Fortunately, I chose the biggest ones in here. Named Spazzy. Ben, is there anything behind me?
There is not.
Okay, good. Alright, let's see. Let's take it nice and slow. Nice and slow. Let's see if I can not go so fast. That shake weight you got this is really helping there. Alright, sorry about this, guys. You know, you just talk amongst yourself for a little bit. I'll do some cold hand stuff. How about this? On the count of 3, we're going to go ahead and pull this alligator up. Alright, you guys ready? Alright, wait, hold on. Before I start counting, do we have anybody from New York or New Jersey? No? Okay, you have to count slow? Alright, good. Alright, I'm kidding. I love New York, New Jersey. Alright, on the count of 3, you ready? 1, 2, 3. Alright. We got our alligator. Thanks for coming. The show is over. She's smiling. That's a good sign, right? Hi. Got some early whites in there, sweetheart. Technically, even. Hi. Woo. Looks like walking on the floor. Howdy, neighbor. Your cat's missing. That's weird. All right, landed on it.
Yeah, now what?
I don't know. I've never made it this far before. No, we're not going towards your friend. I don't think so. We're going to try to catch the end with all the teeth, right? That's a good place to start. All right, now we got ourselves a gator. All right, the crowd goes mild. Now listen, guys. I know Benny was out here telling you all about alligators. Alright, I'm sorry about that, folks. Now listen, Benny's out here, he's talking all about history, about alligator wrangling. We didn't have time to mention some of the most important stuff. Like the hardest part about alligator wrangling wasn't the wrangling, it was finding these guys. Take a look at this alligator. Tell me what color she is. She's not green like in the cartoons, you gotta look at her, what color? That's right, she's black and brown. She's to blend in with this murky water that we have here all over the state of Florida. Now, these are excellent masters in camouflage. They only have to expose the smallest part of their body to see their surroundings. And that's the nostrils and the tip of the nose. You guys see those two little holes right there? So an alligator, right? The nostrils, say they smell something they don't like you or I, they can seal them up like fleshy valves, hold his breath for up to 2 hours. Yeah, you never know when this guy's going to pop up next. Now, the next thing that's going to pop up are going to be the eyes. Now, people think the eyes are in a bad spot. They think they're going to get clawed out by a branch, poked out by another animal, or if you Google what to do if an alligator's biting you, Google tells you to stick them in the eyes. I'm going to show you guys exactly why that will not work. Green section over here, you guys check it out first. Danger comes along, the eyes stick to the base of the skull. When danger's gone, they pop back up. You guys over here, check it out. Whoop. People over here. Whoop. It's the same muscle we used to blink. People behind me, I did not forget about you, okay? Give me 1 second here. Yeah, she's deflated. Like Tom Brady's football. Ooh, you're laughing, but it's true. All right, you go over here. Look, you can do one eye, both eyes, backwards, forward. It's really fun. Kids trying on each other. Don't do that, kids. I'm kidding. Now, you're probably wondering now, what do you actually do if you get attacked by a wild alligator? Well, guys, I want you to go for the tip of the snout. Tip of the snout is the most sensitive part of the alligator. It's more sensitive than millennials. So you smack it, it'll let you go. Now, right behind the eyes, got these flaps of skin right here. I'll show you guys. What do you think these flaps of skin cover up? What do you guys think the flaps of skin cover up? Ears, yep. Now people wonder, why do alligators have ears? They don't talk, but they do. They make over 20 different vocalizations, besides the fact that they have 0 vocal cords. They slap their tail, they hiss, they bellow, pop their jaw. There's a sound you guys can make. It's the same sound that a baby alligator does to call over its mom. Kind of sounds like this. Mom! No, guys, it doesn't sound like that. That was terrible. It goes like this. Oh, 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 oh. Wow, y'all will feel the death so far. Guessing you guys that come out here to hear a bunch of weird noises on the back of town, get up in and see some babies, right? Wow, one barely excited person. Come on, y'all came out here to see some action, right? Woo! Yeah, now before you do anything too stupid, let me shout out a question. Answer it if you know the answer. What's the most dangerous part of an alligator? Alright, I'll hear it, mouth, teeth, and tail. Let's put it to a vote instead. You think it's the mouth or the teeth? I want you to raise your hand. Alright, not that many people. You think it's the tail? Raise your hand. Oh, alright. Everyone put your hand up the tail. Take a really good look. Which end I'm holding on to? Yeah, you just failed the microphone test. That's the thing. Guys, the tail is not the most dangerous part. I mean, it's going to hit you, it's going to leave a bruise, it's probably going to run you in childhood. But if this mouth grabs a hold of you, it's going to tear a piece off, and you will never see it again. With all that being said, I'm going to try to show you guys the inside of this alligator's mouth. Now, I stress the word try, because as we know, alligators have one of the strongest bite forces in the animal kingdom. So if she doesn't want her mouth open, there's nothing I would be able to do. Now, before we do this, you guys see this squishy stuff right here at the base of the neck? See that thing all squishy? People think it's fat on an alligator. It's not fat. That's all of his jaw muscle for slamming shut. Yeah, just like this, ladies. All jaw muscle. Alright, guys. We're going to do this as quick as we can. Oh, no. Whoa! Woo! That shake weight is coming in handy, man. We're going to give her a chance to relax. Kids, there's just some things that might be a little rush. Wrestling it out is fun. You know? 72 to 84 razor sharp teeth. Teeth are made for ripping and tearing, not grinding and crushing. See the pink block skin on the back of the throat? It's called a palatal valve. That's in case you bite something underwater. Alright, everyone got to see inside the mouth, right? Perfect.
Whoa, Casey, what about the people behind you? Do you guys see?
Okay, that's fine. Wait, look! It's the tail, the most dangerous part. Look at go! No? Fine, I'll turn it around for you guys. It's the stupid stuff we do in court for minimum wage. I don't know why you're laughing at that one. That's not a joke. Oh. Yep, that tail definitely hurts. That's good, guys. Oh, that's my knee. You're not going there. That really hurts. Alright. This is like a rough that roller coaster right here. Sure you guys want to see? Yeah, I figured you'd see that. Woo! Alright, you guys can see now? Good, I'm glad you're happy. We're going to try this quick round 2. I do stress the word quick, guys. Get your cameras out, alright? Alright, I don't know what I was talking about. I got a lot of teeth. They go through like 2,000, 3,000 teeth in their entire lifetime. That's because they bite down so hard, they're slamming down on turtle shells, other alligator bones. An alligator this size has over 1,000 pounds of crushing force alone. So in these jaws, if she bites something, she's literally gonna crush.
Oh, you alright, Casey?
I think I just peed a little bit last night. You know what? If you guys didn't get a chance to see that time, next show's later. Beck gets to show you guys. But as you guys can see, she got a lot of slamming force. She can break my grip whenever she wants. But they don't have a whole lot of opening force. In fact, if she were to keep still, it would take less than one hand to keep the jaws of this alligator shut. You guys see that? I'm kidding, guys. It's not bad. It takes less pressure, so y'all check this out. Sounds like the famous last words of the Florida man right there. Hey, y'all, check this out. Hey, hold my beer and my baby.
Wait, you pass off your beer before your baby?
Well, yeah, man, I ain't another beer. Sorry, kids, that was for the adults. And if you understood it, that's just your parents' fault. Jeez.
Alright, folks, give it up for Casey keeping that mouth closed with no hands. Now, Casey, I won't hold that for too long.
Why is that?
Could get a nasty hickey that way.
Oh, wow, ladies, thanks for listening for last year. Alright, we're gonna move past that self-esteem booster and I'm gonna push my luck one step further for y'all. We're gonna focus on the working jaw of this animal. Now, back in the day, before they really know the difference between alligators and crocodiles, they thought the difference between the two were basically how the jaws worked. They thought that the bottom jaw worked on a crocodile or the top jaw worked on an alligator or vice versa. Turns out it's the bottom jaw of both these animals. Gatorland's got the dumbest way to show you guys this. So at this point of the show, if you got a camera, I would take it out. If this works out, it's going to make for one heck of a snapshot.
Folks, I get those cameras ready either way, because if this goes horribly wrong, it's going to probably make for an even better snapshot.
Thank you.
Moral support? Go Gators!
Alright, but guys, unfortunately Ben is right. If this goes according to plan, I want you guys to watch what happens to this alligator's bottom jaw. If it goes horribly wrong, I want you to watch what happens to mine. You know, people always like, hey man, why don't you go grab the big old 12 for like Chester? Like, hey man, why don't you shut up? This alligator is definitely strong. You guys just got some quiet. It's like they're waiting for something to happen. Kid, did you say you were? Alright.
Alright, folks, watch that mouth slowly creep open there. There it goes. And the hands are going back. Alright, folks, get those pictures in while you can. Except Casey, are you smiling? Are you smiling? Are you sure you're smiling? Is he smiling over there?
Alright! We are done with that one. Yeah, you're thinking like a thunderstorm of love right there. That's fine, son. Oh yeah? People get so excited they start throwing money at me. How about that? I'm not gonna make it rain. No? It's just my night job? Come on, guys. Alright, fine. We're gonna talk, actually, I really got a question for you guys. I want you to answer this one. What do you do if you're ever being chased by one of these guys in the wild? No, that's a big lie. Do not believe in that. Do not run zigzags. They used to teach that in school. That's a lie. Don't do that. So guys, It was made up. It's a wives' tale. That's what we call it. An old wives' tale made up 100 years ago. Some crazy lady, wanted to watch her husband get eaten by an alligator. That's how we got started. You guys just have to run fast. They only run like 6 or 7 miles an hour. If you don't feel like running, just do what I do. Shoot your friend and walk. That's what I do. Besides, kids, have you ever tried to run zigzags? Yeah, no, it's difficult. You find out when you turn 21, let me tell you. But guys, all jokes aside, there's only 2 reasons a wild alligator is going to be chasing you. The first reason is if you guys are feeding them, and that's illegal here in the state of Florida. You can't feed a wild alligator. You're going to go to jail for it, all right? The reason behind that is because if you feed a wild alligator, they lose their fear of humans, and then they think we are the food. So guys, if you learned anything today at Gatorland, do not feed wild alligators. That's what gets people's pets and kids eaten, alright? It's illegal. Come to a place like Gatorland. We have over 2,321 alligators and crocodiles. Feed them until your arms and legs fall off, alright? Have as much fun as you guys want. And then your other reason is going to be if you're messing with their babies. In that case, you deserve it. But all jokes aside, guys, over there on our Gatorland wall for global conservation, I want you to check out all of our conservation efforts that we do to save these beautiful crocodilians all over the world. But guys, I'm all done. This alligator's name is Spazzy. Spazzy has been the true star of the show, so give her a great big round of applause.
Alrighty, folks, keep that round of applause going for your Gator Wrangler, Casey! Alright, so did you guys enjoy the show? Oh, come on, guys, did you enjoy Casey's show?